Alright, let's dive into something that's been buzzing lately. LinkedIn's latest ranking of the top colleges that supposedly give graduates the strongest career edge. Now, before we get into the nitty-gritty, let me just say this. Rankings like these always spark debate. Personally, I think they're less about declaring a best school and more about highlighting trends in how colleges prepare students for the real world. But hey, let's unpack this together and see what's really going on here. First off, the hook. Princeton takes the top spot again. No surprises there, right? But what's more interesting is why it's at the top. LinkedIn's methodology isn't just about prestige or test scores. They're looking at 5 key categories: job placement, internships, recruiter demand, career success, and network strength. Here's where it gets fascinating: network strength. What many people don't realize is that a strong alumni network can be a game changer, especially in a slow hiring market. I mean, think about it. Skills and experience are crucial, but having a connection who can vouch for you, that's priceless. It's like having a secret weapon in your back pocket. Now, let's talk about the broader trend here. Southern cities are dominating the job markets for new grads, and that's reflected in the rankings. Schools like the University of Virginia and the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill are climbing the ladder. From my perspective, this isn't just about the schools themselves, it's about the economic shift happening in the U.S. The South is becoming a hub for tech, finance, and innovation, and these colleges are strategically positioned to benefit from that. If you take a step back and think about it, this could be a sign of where the job market is headed in the next decade. Another detail I find fascinating is the consistency of these rankings. 86% of the top 50 schools from last year made it back onto the list. What this really suggests is that certain institutions have cracked the code when it comes to preparing students for long-term career success. But here's the kicker. 7 new schools debuted this year, including Middlebury College and Claremont McKenna. What makes this really interesting is that it's not just the Ivy League or big-name schools dominating. Smaller, often overlooked colleges are making their mark, and that's a trend worth watching. Now, let's talk about the elephant in the room: Harvard. It rose to 3rd place this year, which is notable, but in my opinion, it's not just about Harvard's rise. It's about the competition. Schools like Duke and MIT are holding strong, and Yale made a comeback into the top 10. This raises a deeper question. Are we seeing a shift in what defines a top college? Is it still about legacy and name recognition? Or are factors like alumni networks and career outcomes taking center stage? Personally, I think the latter is gaining more weight, and that's a good thing for students who might not fit the traditional Ivy League mold. Finally, let's zoom out for a second. LinkedIn's report isn't just about ranking schools. It's a snapshot of how higher education is evolving. Students today aren't just looking for a degree. They're looking for skills, connections, and a clear path to a career. One thing that immediately stands out is how much emphasis is being placed on internships and recruiter demand. In my opinion, this reflects a bigger trend in the job market. Employers want job-ready graduates, and colleges are responding. But here's the thing. Does this mean we're losing sight of the value of a well-rounded education? So what's the takeaway here? Well, if you're a student or a parent, don't just look at these rankings as a checklist. Think about what matters most to you. Is it the alumni network, the location, the career outcomes? And if you're already in the workforce, maybe it's time to rethink how you leverage your own network. Because at the end of the day, what this report really highlights is that success isn't just about where you go to school. It's about how you use the resources and connections you have. What do you think? Let me know in the comments below.